Greetings, fellow Wendigo. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the first Wendigo, episode 200, Masterwork Assault. Okay, eggs are sorted. Pretty obvious that this is going to go into the growth vat, the Polog Whammy, because that is the closest pure Wendigo we're going to have so far, I think. I don't think I have a colonist beyond 7 flawless, so that's pretty awesome. And that means that that is now a cleared stockpile. And then I am going to avoid shellball eggs. So let's go with 6 flawless then. So Dave Tordick, grow that. You know, before I do that, let's inspect, because I have 3 slots open. And probably these 3 slots are going to be for the 6 flawless, but I need to pick the best 3. So the most rare gene expressed, probably. And they're kind of all the same. They all have roughly the same gene scarcity. I think I'm going to prefer the Tefluti Cthulhu because it has both pigskin stomachs, meaning that I don't have to cross this individual with pigskins, and that'll be the first one I put in. Where are you going with that? Luckily, I can just force close one door, and then nobody can mess with this setup. There we go. I have it set up so that, like, if I'm trying to do gestation, I can just slam this door. It'd be really useful if I could slam the door that includes the food, though, but, you know, maybe I'll make that change at some point. Alright, so then, between these 3, I have to pick 2 of them. So this individual happens to have every single dirt mold gene, which could be useful. This one does not. So I think the Elebear Tordek is the least likely. But this one also... So I'll do this one first, because this is a pure everything we want from a dirt mole. And that's a Stevie Viper Mechakite or something. I don't know. Weird name. Why aren't we putting it in, though? She's going to sleep. I think Tordek's coming in here to finish it. Nope, you're coming to steal an egg. Yeah, that's kind of not what I want you to do. So this vat is ready. I just need someone to... Okay, Cactus is now coming to finish it off. What is this, like some sort of twisted relay? Making me angry. Just fill the stupid vat with the egg. I think what I'll do for the last one is see if there's any 5 flawless that has rare genes. Like fur skin. Okay, there's a fur skin. Here's a super immunity. Do I have a both? Fur skin and super immunity? Because that would win the lottery here. There's a fur skin. Nope, just some super immunity. So I'm going to pick this one, Val Tordek. Grown Vat, because it has super immunity and all the things from dirt moles. So it makes it easier to gestate as a result. All right. Everything is nice and sorted. I'm going to have Bryzet leave and lock that building down so no one can tamper. And we have 4 more test subjects, all more advanced than the previous generation. We also have, born in 0.0 days and 0.1 days, 2 new ones coming out. How many baby xenogerms do I have? So are these the old baby xenogerms? This one has great shooting. This one has great shooting. So yeah, they're the up-to-date ones. Good. So one of these is already claimed. provided it is a healthy vat birth, which is the left one. This one's already has a name, but this one is going to be raffled off, provided it's healthy, but it also has to be a prisoner, because it is slow wound healing. So see about that in just a minute. And that also will free up 2 more. Well, it won't free up pods, because they have to be redeposited unless they die. My prisoners are always fighting one another. But in polite ways, because they have kindness and dead calm. So they will never actually fight. So this little baby here is healthy. And I'm going to name the baby Kadath. Kadath is one of my Patreon patrons that won a raffle for it. And then Kadath, you are going to get implanted with the baby xenogerm. I'm going to start phasing out the 5512s. And you'll be receiving that. Am I going to relabel the baby xenogerm? Yeah, it already has been. The newer ones are the 5513s. I'm just using up the 5512s first. Because there's no harm in doing that. So Kadath is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5er. With super immunity, and is implanted and ready to be grown. So you get plopped right back in there to grow up. And then this one was healthy as well. This one is going to be implanted with prisoner. Because you are destined for the prisons, but that doesn't necessarily mean you aren't raffled. So here we go. Raffle timer is up. Active chatting subscribers in the chat can become a little red-skinned devil prisoner. Deep red skin with mini horns. You are like, you know what you are is, I mean, apart from the slow and healing, you're a bit of a sleeper impid. Because you look like a typical impid, this baby. It has very impid-like genes, you know, with the deep red skin and mini horns, has dark vision without the gray eyes. But then you go to fight this little sleeper impid, and all of a sudden they're robust, reduced pain, and strong melee damage. And you're like, oh, I thought you'd have a weak jaw, but now you're shredding me to death. You have a heavy jaw instead. It's too bad that they have the slow wound healer as a negative gene, because otherwise it would have been a fun, like, impid mimic or something like that, you know what I mean? All right. Oh, well, you turned purple, but that's only because of the implants. And insert the baby to be raffled. Put you back. So all the genetic breeding is done. Ta-da! And my next goal is to go to the bandit camp. Go to the raider outpost. So there's 12 enemies there. How many people should go to the bandit camp? There's 12 of them. I'll have you vote anywhere between 1 and 6, and I'll try to just average the results. Have you decide that? Two and a half minutes to vote in that poll. And we have some extra eggs to deal with too. But I'm going to let them add up and do them in batches. It's a little bit easier for me that way. Kath, you should be popping out 4 hours. Yeah, pretty soon for that prediction about whether or not I get hemogenic genes or vampire genes out of you. I'm hoping. but I'm not holding my breath. We really got through a lot of slag, didn't we? Dang. Productive. I have wort that's unrefrigerated. That doesn't seem right. Fixing that. Oh, I have a lot of wort that's unrefrigerated. In fact, I probably need to switch the hot plants over. Oh, God! I never traded with the bulk goods trader. I, like, totally lapsed on that until they left. I'm sure they had something wonderful for me. In fact, you know what? I'm not actually going to save scum, but I gotta satisfy my curiosity to see if it had like the plethora of wonder that I missed out on. So I'm gonna load back, figure it out, and load forward. I just gotta satisfy the curiosity. You know how it is. Don't do it. Don't look. I'm looking. I can't help it. It's like a moth to a flame. Alright, what did I miss out on? A big whopping helping of 0 genes. Some wood. Don't care. Yeah, okay, I missed nothing. I regret nothing! Yeah, like, I could sell some leather, I guess. Cool. Alright, I feel much better now. Knowing that, knowing there's no FOMO or anything like that. Alright, so it looks like I'm gonna bring 4 to the bandit camp. Got it. I'll put a little raid party together. Let's go with... So Bryzit is their ticket home, because he has Psi Focus to skip them home. So we'll go with Bryzit. I'll figure it out in the morning. Raffle's done. So, Apollo, alright, let's re-roll that. Mudcaplex, do you have someone? That was the re-roll. It didn't properly announce. There's so many, like, members in this colony now, I can't keep them all in my head for what is a duplicate and what isn't. Because there's also the mechs, too, right? It gets real complicated. I think you are, like, an embryo, aren't you? You're one of the babies that are, like, coming out. If I recall. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Nope, you don't? Okay, perfect. Well, it's yours, then. Their naming is gone. Because I guess I just took too long? Or maybe it doesn't persist. Oh, no, here it is. So, congrats. You'll be joining the prisoners. At the ripe old age of, 18. So, the attack party. I'm going to send Bryzit, because Bryzit's a nice Psycaster, and we'll also be able to skip everyone home. And then... I'm going to want 1 Brawler as well. So maybe Jack? Jack would be a good choice, I think. Or Frosty. Maybe Frosty. I'll go Frosty. And then, like, 2 shooters. So I got Piercing Spine and Hemogenic Drain from the gene pack. So Hemogenic Drain is just becoming hemogenic, and Piercing Spine is, of course, Piercing Spine. So yeah, I absolutely got useful genes, and that's pretty cool. They're packaged together, which is kind of unfortunate, but if I get some baseliners, I can separate them out. So that's actually the first of the true vampire genes that I got. I have not scanned vampire genes up until now, which is pretty insane. I haven't been trying to scan Wendy, on the other hand. Like, I've just not chosen, like, and I don't think I ever will. I haven't ever taken an egg from her. I've never scanned her. You know, she's stayed very separate from this enterprise. And I don't think I'll change that standard anytime soon. So, Bryzit, Frosty, and then 2 shooters. So probably shooters that are particularly skilled so they don't miss. So Zleb would be a good one because he has a Masterwork charge rifle, and then maybe Dom? Another charge rifler? Or Elabear? I'll do Elabear, even though very neurotic and chemical interest has some risks. So Zleb, Elabear, Bryzit, and Frosty. So once Bryzit and Frosty are awake, get that going. This isn't a suicide mission, so I'm not gonna pick people that are likely to be called or anything like that. I intend to win. Shouldn't be too hard. There's only 12 wasters. They're probably just gonna use, like, tox weapons, like they always do, because they're stupid and don't realize tox weapons don't bother me at all. They would bother, like, my colonist, but not Wendy. I love when they show up with a bunch of tox weapons, and it's like, haha, shoot all you want. Can't hurt me. I ain't made a weak stuff like that. Let's get the caravan going. 3 pods are probably going to be enough, right? So Bryzit, Frosty, Owlbear's 11. Yeah. Some fine meals, some meds, and Are the plants getting harvested? They are. Yeah. The reason they're damaged is I had a solar flare that almost killed them. So the solar flare turned off the hydroponic benches and nearly killed the plants. But that happens in every solar flare. You just get used to it. The weaknesses of hydroponics. The other thing I need to do is to make sure that all of the hemogen is... Alright, Zlab, you're waiting for the pods. I won't do that. Frosty's waiting for the pods. Owlbear's waiting for the pods. I want to pick on someone, but it's all people that are, like, currently busy. Whammy! Looks like you're free. Going to view art? Yeah, not today, buddy. So I'm making sure that the death rest facility is nice and refueled. Ready for next rest. Because they're really powerful bonuses, and it would be really stupid for me to miss out on them. Requires a lot of blood. Alright, we are good to launch. Drop at edge. Demon speed to you all. I'd say Godspeed, but I don't think Wendy represents gods. It's in the title, isn't it? So Fiap is on his way home. He'll be home in 0.1 days. And these guys are ready to go pick on some of my neighbors. The first thing I wanted to check is if they have any really dangerous weapons. They do have an EMP launcher, which can potentially be dangerous. They have a lot of shield belts, but that should be probably no problem for Bryzit, who has Berserk. So, no real issues there. And then the shooters have an Insanity Lance to Shock Lance, so they're pretty well equipped. I don't think I'm really here for, like, capturing anyone. There is a Genie. They'll be easy to knock out. There is an Impid with the Wasters. I don't know why an Impid would fall in with them. I get Genie, being bossed and bullied, but not Impid. Wasters are ugly. You'd think they could steer clear. So are you the Genie? Yeah, I'm not worried about your little Genie junk. So I want to get some good Berserks on to cause the most chaos. Ideally hitting the ones with brawling weapons. There's Scar. And then maybe start to choke up with the shooters. It's going to be one of those battles, I think. What was I doing over here? I don't even remember. Alright, let's just focus on the battle. So Dark Eye would be a good one to berserk because of the chain shotgun. I'm gonna back everyone up. Gonna have Frosty close in on the little spear rusher. Let's have them get behind the chunks. Alright, Frosty won that fight. Clean. Cut the torso in half, you know, like you do. My shooters are doing a pretty good job, like, just liquidating the enemies here. Oh my god. It's like, what is it, brain? Yeah. Out with your brain. Alright, Frosty, you can handle a little bit of pollution. That should be fine. The one I really wanted to get rid of is the EMP here, because my guys all have nuclear stomachs, so if they get hit by an EMP, they'll start vomiting everywhere violently, which would not be great. So, let's avoid that. And they're dead enough that payment already has arrived. Now, interestingly, I'm being paid by Inalor, or Inliar, or whatever you want to call them, which is like kind of an enemy, but, you know, whatever. Alright. But I was paid to kill people, so I'm going to keep killing them. I'm going to try to make sure no one survives. You know, paid to do a job, going to do it right. Right, Agnes? Or Angus? Your name is Angus? Like the beef? Works for me. You're a political assassin. You tried to be. Whoops, I don't even know what I did to you. I meant to smush you, but I seem to have not done that. Well, their base is gone. I like how you guys, like, assumed that I was going to have somehow lose, and was like, oh, send people that could be called. It's like, they're not even going to touch me. Like, I got, what, like, a bruise or two? Like, Frosty has 2 bruises, and Bryzet has, like, a bruise. It's so much not an issue. Wendy is breeding monsters, lest you forget. So the average person cannot stand toe-to-toe with monsters. And 5s. Ooh, a lot of chicken eggs. All right, so let's reform caravan. I'm not actually going to be walking home. I just want to grab everything for free. I'm going to leave alone the meals because those meals are inferior. In fact, I don't even really need chicken eggs. I mean, I could sell them at $7 a pop, but I wouldn't want to work them into my meals, so I'm going to leave them behind. I'm just going to bring the drugs. This was an opportunity to obtain some drugs. And some weapons to sell. Yeah, Toxpacks have horrible resale value. Leave those behind. Good enough, whatever. And we're home. Easy peasy. Maybe don't leave the go juice in for the prisoners to play with. Cool. And here is the rewards. Yes, and that is exactly what you should be hauling. The assault rifle that I wouldn't want to go to waste, because Whammy wants it. Done. Priority. There's a new priority list right there. So if you want to suggest something, vote 7 viewer suggestions. I totally wouldn't mind taking your suggestions. But otherwise, I can kill mech bosses, gestate new mechs, focus on the breeding program, pillage the dangers, pillage ancient complexes, trade with other settlements, reassess xenogerms for colonists, including slaves this time, maybe, and then viewer suggestions. So see what you guys want. But that was a very easy raid. Very, very easy raid. Let's see if I can call in more trade. Probably, right? Yeah, here we go. War Merchant this time, and Glitterworld. Maybe this time around I'll gift some stuff for the benefit of a relationship. So I was just warned about animal filth. Nope, but Mr. John's is where Mr. John's supposed to be. And not a lot of mental break risks right now, which is great. Is Psychic Doll making them immune to Wendy's mood buff? No. You'd have to be Psychic Deaf for that. Psychic Doll reduces the effect, but doesn't negate it. So, Apollo, you are up and at 'em. You need some sort of melee weapon, so we're giving you a Uranium Warhammer. And then Whammy will give you the Masterwork Assault Rifle. And Rogie, you get a Charge Rifle, trading up from a normal Assault Rifle. Pretty soon, Apollo, you will have Locust Armor. I think T-Sing's working on it right now. About 400 work left to do it. That shouldn't take too long. And the mask will be popped out in about a day. I wonder if this barn triggers Rosie's OCD. Because that is quite possibly the filthiest place in this entire colony, and I'm not set up to clean it. I don't know. I hope I didn't code Rosie to suffer that way, but probably knowing Wendy, she programmed Rosie to suffer when things are dirty, so as to encourage them to be cleaned, and therefore is making the little robot very unhappy. That's just a guess. Seems like a very Wendy thing to do. Given Rosie cleaning anxiety. You know, kind of like Rick Sanchez with the little butter passing bot. Like, what is your purpose? You pass butter? Like, why make a sentient butter passer, right? That's just extra evil. But, you know, that kind of level of extra evil is exactly the type of person that both Rick Sanchez and Wendy Gorin are. Sort of damned be the consequences, science first, foremost. They share that in common. So trade caravans are incoming, and it looks like viewer suggestions is going to be opened. That is the winning, or so far the winning thing. So I'm going to actually just call that early, just a wee bit early. Wipe that out. And go suggest some goals. You are watching Fuel Barons? I have no idea. Once I'm finished with a series, I never touch the mods again unless I'm asked to. So if there's updates, beats me, dude. Sorry, I can't be more useful than that, but I don't keep those in my mod file. I just unsubscribe almost immediately. So if there are updates, it's news to me. We do have to decide on Udigal and Stickiest while you guys propose goals. So let's take a quick look. Udigal here is a 4. So both of the pigskin stomachs, and then robust and reduced pain. They are trigger happy, neurotic, nudist. And what to do with Udigal? So colonist, prisoner, or crypto sleeper. Udigal's male, so crypto sleep still makes sense. 2.5 minutes on that. And then afterwards, we're going to decide on Stickiest. Stickiest is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Industrious and Nimble. So Udigal, given the... No, that's Brahms. Udigal, given the trigger happy, would probably be a better shooter. And then Stickiest would probably be a better brawler, because Stickiest has Nimble. Nimble meaning that you can dodge melee hits, and then trigger happy meaning that you can shoot faster. But ultimately, I'll let you guys decide. If you want to make it backwards where they do the other thing, that's fine too. Or if you don't want them to be combatants at all and just vote for them to be crypto-slept, that is also fun. So given that that is a possibility, I will prep another crypto-sleep casket. continue butchering. Still waiting on the locust armor. Dog treats, sure thing. It almost looks like Yoda has like pink and blue background. If I position it right here, like he's a part of a flag or something. So the viewer suggestions need to be opened up, huh? Let me fix that. Okay, now it will appear as a channel point redemption. Sorry about that. And then the prediction needs to be resolved. Because we did get something... Oh, no, it already got resolved. Cool. So who is next in line for scans? Probably Sarai at 3.5 days? Or Evie at 3.5 days. And Crypto slept. Alright. Well, given that you're a 4 and not a 5 or something higher, I guess that makes sense. And then Stickiest is the next one. Stickiest is also male, so Crypto sleep also makes sense. Stickiest, a little reminder, is a misogynist, industrious, nimble. Did get a decent amount of melee while in the pod. Also a decent amount of mining. 6 points towards mining. That's unusual. But what to do with Stickiest? Also left up to you. And Apollo got cancer. I don't like that. I'm gonna cure that. Also, that is totally not your bed. I mean, I'll let you lay here for like now, but... You're not keeping that bed, I can tell you that much. Nope. This will be set for prisoners. Nope, and you kind of dropped your warhammer. Back to colonists, but then doors forbidden. Because that's guest bedding, more or less. They're very ugly, and I honestly should rework them, because it's like creating divots into the walls and the cabling's all revealed, and God, I really need to revisit that at some point, but that's not right now. So if you have goals for me to suggest, use the channel point redemption, and I'll collect a few of them and have you pulled on it. So if you guys wanted Urdagal to be a crypto sleeper, I do have a Cryptovator. I do have a Cryptovator xenogerm ready to go. Good. And it looks like Stickiest is going to be a colonist. Probably a brawler, but we'll see. And maybe with extra skills too, because we've been doing that now. How much human leather and meat are we up to now? Almost 6k human meat. Hi, bud. Oh, I never finished... I remember what I was doing. I was filling the hemo pumps, but I never actually finished because we had that outpost raid. Stop chewing yourself. And I think Wendy or Bryzit's putting on a concert. Bryzit is. Nope, you missed one, Sentinel. It's particularly punishing for one of my vampire slaves to have to refuel my death rest facility, because it's like all the things that they could have, but they're not allowed to. What is the wealth of this colony, may you ask? About 1 mil. Wow, just past 1 mil. We're at 1.02 million. So, about 1 million. It's a big colony. It's a big late game colony. Stickiest gets to be a colonist. What sort of combat for Stickiest? Brawler. or shooter? Quick poll on that. So far, I like the viewer submitted ideas that you have. So if you have any more, let me know. After we decide on Stickiest's fate, I'll pull you about next goal. But really good ideas coming in. Oh, Apollo, I think I see your armor. I'm just gonna let you don it now. Get you out of that parka. And my guess is you walked away from your Warhammer, which no brawler of mine shall ever do. And a shield belt. I don't have proper uniforms for like my brawlers versus shooters. I just never have bothered. So I have to make sure that my brawlers end up with shield belts. And like Whammy, don't run around with a Tox pack. In fact, no one should. Ever. Tox packs are pretty worthless in terms of combat. Unless you, like, main them and only wear them. One Tox pack isn't going to make a difference, I'll put it that way. Alright, so it looks like Stickiest are going to be Brawler. Any extra skills for Stickiest? So taking a quick look, Stickiest, I believe, had a predisposition towards mining, so I'll include that. Let me take a quick look. This is you. So, holy, what? How are you level 28 in plants? What the hell happened? Did we Matrix hijack your brain and teach you plant kung fu? That's got to be a bug, because like, I looked at Stickiest not too long ago, and I did not notice that Stickiest had 20 in plants. My mind just blew up. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, it's like VR learning got enabled, which it didn't. So extra skills for Stickiest. The thing is, I don't even need to implant the gene for great plants. Of course, it helps to have a passion in it because then they enjoy what they're doing. But okay, plants, mining, plants and mining. Just plants, just mining, just melee. This is the plants and mining also includes like combat skills, but there you go. So there's the poll of skills for Stickiest. Yeah, the medical's like decent, only 3 skills learned. It's not a big deal. But the plants, I am fairly sure went from 0 learned value to like 20 learned value. So that's got to be like a decimal point got skipped somewhere. In a freakish way, because it makes no sense. None whatsoever. And I love it. Don't mean for it to be a complaint. Probably reset after the xenogerm. No, once you learn it, you learn it. You don't lose it. Even when you reimplant. So I'll lose the +8 if I overwrite the plants passion, but like I'll still keep the 20 learned skill because that's a somehow learned skill. I truly don't understand how, but whatever. Don't lick a gift horse in the mouth, I suppose. Concert's over. Wendy, did you enjoy it, or am I gonna have to punish? Oh yeah, okay, you enjoyed it. Cool. In fact, there's a lot of greens and blues up top, so I think everyone enjoyed it. Use cat's eggs to filter genes? I certainly could. The most advanced prisoners I have would be Maxu and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, let's have cat's eggs try to filter Maxu's genes. To try to make another Shell Bell, right? Because like Shell Bell is... So Maxu and Shellbow both have 8s, I believe. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, Shellbow's just a 6. Maxu's way more advanced at 8. So it'd be good to like filter Maxu through a baseliner. I like that. That's a good idea. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld the First Wendigo, which originally streamed live on Twitch June 14th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. Hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Wendigos.